Hey, Warren East families. I'm Kate Hendricks, the interventionist here at the high school. Like so many of you, I have felt really overwhelmed by the volume of information that we have gotten from so many different sources over the last few weeks about school reopening. And I actually saw a learning plan comparison chart that had been posted by Franklin County Schools. And I thought it might be helpful to do something sort of like that for Warren East to condense the information into one easy to read page and hopefully answer some questions at the same time. So what I did is create 4 columns, each outlining the different learning plans that students may encounter this year, as well as a comparison to NTI from the spring. What we did in the spring was an emergency fix for which we had little time to prepare. The options for the 2020-2021 school year are much improved. Now, I won't read each of these to you because you're smart and you can do that yourselves, but I will highlight a few key points to remember. So again, NTI, which is what we did in the spring, is not what we're doing anymore. It was created as a short-term option for review of material. It's used for health and or safety purposes like snow or flu or, coronavirus. It is not intended as a long-term solution. Then we have distance learning, which is what instruction will now look like in the event of school closure. Our goal for that is to continue high quality instruction in a virtual environment when we are unable to meet in person. The expectations for academics and attendance remain the same as for in-person instruction. It is encouraged that students have internet access if at all possible, so coming up with solutions for that is ideal. Also, having a device is obviously ideal. There are sort of some plans in place for what it looks like if that can't happen for your family. The next option is the virtual academy through Edgenuity. In this case, students will not attend Warren East High School. They will be doing virtual academy instruction through Edgenuity. There are a few exceptions. But in most cases, instruction will not come from teachers in Warren County Public Schools. There are a couple of situations where we have students who are, for example, in a pathway, a career pathway, where they might have a class on their schedule that will have a Warren East teacher associated with that, so that we can ensure that they can complete a pathway. But that's really one of the only situations where you're going to have a Warren East teacher listed as opposed to the Edgenuity teacher. Any questions for academics will go to the instructors on Edgenuity. They will not go to the teachers at Warren East unless it's a specific case with one of those career pathway classes or one of those exceptions to the rule. And finally, we have in-person learning, which is what we are most familiar with, but there are going to be some additional CDC guidelines, obviously, that we will comply with. Students will be required to wear masks, students and staff required to wear masks in common areas and when social distancing is not possible. Generally, the rule of thumb is if you move, you mask. Any questions about any of those, please refer to the Warren County Public Schools reopening site for more specific information about all of these options. If at all possible, read all of the information. And then if you still have questions after reading, you can contact the school, but please do try to find the answers on the Warren County Schools website or also on the Warren East website. The situation is constantly evolving, and I promise every bit of information that we have for you will be given to you as soon as we possibly can.